the situation we have here on the USDJPY is quite interesting, though. Since the beginning of the week, we had this position running right above the 133.150, where we took advantage of some buy opportunity here at the beginning of the week, and we rode the move all the way up to the 134.300 Japanese yen level, which gave us about how many pips in profit? Over 830 pips in profit before we started witnessing that bearish momentum that started during the early hours of today. Then we also had another position added to our exit trade right here on Wednesday, saw a breakout retest of the 133.600 level, giving us another leverage to add more position to this trade. And I told you here yesterday that we shall be looking out for breakout of the 134.3 level to give us an opportunity to join that rally to the upside. But one thing that happened here is the fact that we saw the breakout actually. I shared this on my public platform and I said if breakout happens, we buy. Then if the bullish momentum upside, we move stop loss, lock in some profit here, and let's wait out for price to play out. But unfortunately, we are taken out of that position at the 134.3 on. In fact, all positions were taken out at the 134.3. And if we look how many position we have, about 100, second position about the pips thereabout, and the third position gave us a break around 100, and not bad anyway. And at this point in time, the momentum has taken over this market, and we want to wait out to see how this is going to play out for this week. Now, before I go into the details here, I would like to share with you what is happening on the daily time frame so that we can have a better perspective of what is really going on in the market. Now, we will be coming back to this. So let's quickly run through the daily time frame structure we have on the daily time frame. Now, on the daily time frame, this is up here time frame at the big week. That price action has been on a long-term bullish momentum here since the beginning of the year, and as a result of this, we're able to connect the higher lows. That's a bullish trend line that has been guiding that bullish momentum upside. Now, things interesting August, where we saw reversal patterns right on. Very good, join a possible trend continuing upside. Whenever we have a reversal pattern like this, the next thing we identify neckline, that reversal pattern guide our activity, and as a result of as the reversal pattern are looking for, and the breakout of the reversal pattern happened here first. Actually took about 3 to 4 months. Price action came back to that neckline area that was at the beginning of this month. So we had the breakdown of that bullish line here. We had the breakdown of the last month for the break, and then that led to 5. For the first few weeks, our price was caught with the 1 and the neckline at the 1.5. So not for to join a bullish momentum. Unfortunately, that did not happen as we saw a huge bearish move. Actually, so we were able to join the second wave of that bearish move to the downside. And one thing you would observe here following the breakdown of the 135 level, we saw that price back into the 130. It rated that structure, accumulated some buy pressure, and then price action continued upside there. And if we go to the past year, how important the past, in fact, if the month of August here, or out that buy pressure, that if we go further into that level, holding buy pressure. And now we saw the same thing happen here. So that is why we took advantage of the buy opportunity we had at the beginning of the week, where we were looking forward to see how price action is going to be relating 35 Japanese level, a level which was broken last week. And remember, that level also was a strong buying niche participants after the breakout of the next year, the month of August. So what we are looking forward to right now is to see if price will going to continue to the upside, that is go into the 135 level, where we are going to be looking out for a possible sell pressure right below the structure in our lower time frame, cite another wave of bearish momentum to the downside, or we are going to be having a breakout that will incite a back into the 145 structure here, a structure which was broken because of last month's trading session. Might likely see come back that structure time. So this is what we are going to, and as a result of want to have a better perspective. Yeah, so in that regard, I'll be scaling down to the 1 hour time. Look out to for our price action actually um oscillating at this present moment to decipher if we are really going to get as far as 35, or we might be having citation of a bearish move at this point that will likely break down the 131, cite another wave of bearish momentum. So that is one scenario that we are going to be looking out for here on the USDJPY. So in this regard, we want to be scaling down to the 1 hour time frame, where we are going to be making our decision for today. So now we are right on the 1 hour time frame right now, and following the I think I should show 4 hours time what we were able to identify. I would structures. Okay, so our time, 4 hours time. I will just dive in, and that is bearish pulse, a bearish impulse leg tested by pressure. And one thing I was able to do here was to identify a trend continuation pattern in the form of a rising wedge here. So we had price breakout of the rising wedge to the upside. From a technical standpoint, price break right at above the structure, and since have been with, and as a result that we had this guide our since the beginning of this week. As you can see, the trend line has been holding by pressure since the last week. So we continue to use that bullish trend line to guide our trading activities for this week. And one thing we are going to be looking forward to here, you can see what we have right now. Price is right along that bullish trend line, where we have been witnessing a consolidation phase around that area in the last 12 hours. Because there is an decision in this market. So there are two possibilities that could likely happen during the New York session today. And the first one is a breakdown of that trend line. Also shares a confluence with the 133.6 level where we took advantage of some buy opportunity or yesterday, and followed by selling pressure below that structure to incite another wave of bearish momentum. That is a possibility we should not ignore for today. But if instead we start seeing buy pressure right above the trend line, then we might likely be another wave of bullish momentum. So we want to be seeing what is really going on here around the 133 point spread to make a decision. For that regard, we shall be scaling back down to the time frame. Here we are on the cipher what is really following the impulsive bearish impulse 34, currently about 25 pips in profit. So I've moved my stop loss to break because I'm not sure the moment continue. And the reason why I continue what has been happening here hours we that as price test have been witnessing buy pressure coming in from that area. And that level also shows that bullish trend line has been guiding Tuesday last week, and it's a very good sign. The possibility that likely come in here, respecting that bullish trend line one more time to incite another wave of bullish movement. But as a result of this, I moved my stop loss to break even protect sudden pullback that might likely happen there. If a on of the 100 already have an outright breakdown of that bullish trend line, now a bearish momentum, and if it happens and followed with pressure below the structure in our lower time frame, have no choice than to add more to trade here on the USDJPY. So that is how I'm going to be selling, adding more position. My sell position, a breakdown of the happens. But if the buy pressure above the 133.600 here continues, well, at this point, then we might be with a bullish, and we can only happen. I'll be with immediately we scale pressure right above or around 130 point another way. And if a further break out of the level happens, want to be our exit trade on the USD JPY. So these are my views here on the USD JPY. If you have any questions regarding what I just explained so far, feel free to drop your inquiries in the comment section.